I'm Jacques and I play the drums.
Hey, I'm Nick and I play guitar and sing.
Hey, I'm Wes. I play bass and do scream vocals.
Hey, I'm Luca and I ride the scooter.
Thanks for chatting to us. In a nutshell, we are called Climate Control and we're a rock/post-hardcore band based in Johannesburg, South Africa.
And we used to sing in a choir.
The group mainly started just as a group of friends, really. We all had a passion in music and we really wanted to start something together. The lineup's changed quite a lot since we started. Wes is the most recent addition on bass. I suppose there's kind of always been a bit of an unspoken agreement to keep everything like sort of close-knit in terms of being friends first before joining the band, because it's quite an important element to have that, because otherwise if you don't have that foundation, it's a bit difficult to actually create music together and decide on what direction to take musically. It sounded cool at the time, really. I think it's got nothing to do with the physical climate, obviously, or weather or anything like that. We're not activists in that sense, musically, I suppose. We based it on the concept of an emotional climate in a way, and hoping that our music would be able to, say, maybe help or guide someone's emotions while listening to us.
Yeah, it can be a burden sometimes when we get followed by climate organizations and air conditioning companies.
Please read the bio first.
Yeah.
Well, we all have our musical preferences and different tastes, mostly ranging from post-hardcore, progressive, and a lot of ambient stuff. But our biggest influence would probably be post-hardcore, and bands we draw a lot of inspiration from would be Under Oath, Deftones, and Misery Signals.
The filming of A Bouquet of Hate, An Ocean of Questions was a really amazing experience. It's one thing to perform a song for an audience, but it's way different to perform it over and over again for the cameras. We learned a lot, and to see all our hours of work paid off after all of it is just a very humbling experience. The concept of the video ties in with the song. It's basically about how much harder it is to accept apologies from people who have lost your trust, and also how hard it is to sever those connections.
My conversation ends here.
I think the music scene in Johannesburg is improving, but many venues are closing down. But I think people are starting to realize that coming to shows is the way forward. And it's cool to see all these local festivals happening and many international bands coming over, big international bands coming over.
It was perfect! No! Just cut it before you say
Working with Clint was pretty awesome. He's I don't think we could have worked with someone better. He's very creative and he's not scared to tell us when something sounds bad, and makes everything sound massive, and he takes a lot of pride in his work, which I think is very important.
It was very long, but it was very fun. The writing process was quite unconventional. I think I wrote a lot of roughly half of the songs in the album about 3 to 4 years ago, and the other half's relatively new in comparison, so it's quite a mixed bag in terms of that kind of thing. Recording was really awesome though. We have a great relationship with Clint, and I think it really showed and it helped that we recorded the whole album in a very stress-free and relaxed, comfortable environment, which is very important.
I think we also had a lot of free reign on creativity, and we explored a lot of ideas and stuff to make it sound really unique, and tried a lot of different ideas. Some worked, some didn't, and we made the best ideas stay in there.
The album title Preludes is based on the poem Preludes by T.S. Eliot, and the whole album is based on loosely on a concept of preludes to an end. So in terms of relationships, people's lives, and broader things like the end of mindsets and ways of living and the earth, actually.
Well, this must be the most memorable moment that we've had on tour. We were all hungover and it was a long drive home, and we had to stop because of a few incidents, because of our guitarist. He had way too much to drink, and every now and then on the highway we had to stop so he can offload his load.
You know that noise you make right after you puke?
That's exactly how it goes.
Bugle of discontent.
After that incident, or that was a few, we were on our way home again, and he decided he needed some fresh air, opened the car window, stuck his head out, and
What happened?
What do you mean? What happened?
I lost my beans, man. How did you get?
after sticking his head out of the window, we heard a swoosh sound, and we looked back to see what was happening, and our friend over there had a very, very sad facial expression.
It was scarring.
At that moment, it really looked like he hated his life.
Just to
And-
clarify, he lost his beanie. That's what the swooshing noise was.
Yes, sorry.
My lucky beanie. A lot of luck from that thing.
Well, after this, we haven't seen Luca get this drunk again, because it was really a emotional, scarring moment.
I only drink Oros now. Only Oros.
Cool age.
I think the next step for Cloud Control is to do a local tour with close bands.
Not far.
Not far.
They have to live in our street.
We're also always continuously working on new songs, so we need to record those. And I think another step is doing another music video, brand new music video.